This is a 2014 Ford Edge Limited reverse camera removal. All of this plastic stuff has been off since after we bought it. Our dog actually destroyed it, so it hasn't gone back on. But if you have it on, there's 4 screws, 2 here and 2 here where the pull handle is. You take those 2 off, you grab the handle from here and over there and pull down towards the interior of the car. This plastic piece comes off. It goes all the way up to about here. Then there is 6 screws, or 6 bolts, nuts. One here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and here. Those, I used a 12 millimeter, but I think they're actually an 11 millimeter or 7/16. And you have little push clips that go here, and then on the opposite end. This is what they look like. Don't mind the mess in here. This is all from our previous vehicle, and I just haven't cleaned it out yet. But anyways, these protrude through the back of the door to the interior of the vehicle. You can either use a flathead screwdriver to push one side in, and as you're pulling slightly, push the other side in. That way this side comes out, and do the same to the opposite side. Make sure to unplug your tag lights and your camera, which this one is permanently unplugged for now until I fix the wiring harness on it. But this pulls off of the front or the outside of the car. This is extremely dirty. The tag lights, when you go to put them back on, they go through this hole right here, and they have a grommet, so make sure it goes back into its home. In order to replace the camera, I've not gotten that far yet, but I'm fairly certain there's a bunch of plastic clips that hold it all together. One looks like it's here on this very end, and I would assume that these little washers here are holding it down as well. Oh, look, in just a second, I'm gonna put this on pause and figure out how to get this apart before continuing on. Alright, after fooling with it for about 10 minutes, I finally got to the back side where the camera mounts. This screw here is a T20. Let me take a step back first, that way you all can see exactly what I did and screwed up. So this piece, which is on the outside, has the Ford emblem and all of the chrome bits. It does not come off. I mean, it does come off, but it's not supposed to come off from this. The screws that are in this thing do come out, but they come out from the underside here, and it has a very coarse thread that threads into these plastic pieces here. You've got 2 here, 2 there, and then you've got a bunch of clips along this edge right here that you can access through the bottom of here. You stick a tiny flathead screwdriver or a fingernail file or something inside of it and pop those tabs loose after you get all of these screws out. And as you're working your way down, you want to reach behind here and pull this up. That way each of these tabs will come out. Once you get to this section right here, it's a little hairy, at least on mine. Just be careful and do all of this side first. Put your hand here behind the other tag light, and then start working this side. It will come out. I've gotten it out so far, and I don't know if this flathead will be big enough to go in there or not without me having to go find the actual screwdriver. Yeah, it'll go in there. This is a 1/8 3-inch screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, sorry. Although the proper tool would be a Torx wrench or a screwdriver. Pull the tab off, Take the camera out, disconnect said camera. This is very difficult to do with one hand because this thing has not been out since 2014. New camera. We'll go back in, slide it into its home. Man, I got so much stuff back here, I'm almost starting to fight with myself on whether I should stop recording and just clean it up or what. Alright, now then, the camera is in place. My apologies if you were unable to see that. The tab is back on. It does have little grooves that it slides into. Now then, I have to fix this wiring harness, and I do have one of those. I actually bought one at the junkyard. The vehicle that I took it off of, I could have actually taken the camera off of too, since it was the same style camera. This is the camera wiring harness. I do have a bunch of shrink connectors and all to be able to do this. I'm not entirely sure if my red shrink connectors are the right size or if I need to go get some green shrink connectors. But as you can see inside of here, there is what looks like maybe 6 wires. And yeah, 6 wires including this little ground strap. All of those are inside of there. So I'll strip that casing off, put all of my wires together, unplug it from here since this is not necessary anymore on this end. That is the camera harness, and this is the tag light harness. It all goes back together in reverse of disassembly. And that would be, in my case, putting this piece here back into this, putting this piece back on the outside after putting some glue in, put it through the outside, clip it in with these clips first, and then work my way across with the screws. Of course, the screws have to go in after this piece gets put on. Plug everything in and hope the camera works. Thanks for watching.